Hello, I see a bicycle. How can I assist you today?
Can you turn on the light for me?
Of course, I'm turning on the LED for you.
Now turn it off.
Turning off the LED.
I could also say it in completely different ways, and it still understands me like a real person.
Light please.
Turning on the LED now.
Hey, kill the light.
Turning off the light now.
Snap a quick photo.
Okay, snapping a photo right now.
Take a picture.
Okay, snapping a photo right now.
What objects can you spot?
I can see a bicycle.
And here's the crazy part. I didn't hard code any of these phrases. I never wrote a single if statement for kill the light, snap a quick photo, or even what objects can you spot. DeepSeek figures out the meaning completely on its own every single time. That's the difference between a normal automation system and a real AI assistant. Because this isn't reacting to fixed commands, it's actually understand intent.
Light on करो.
Light on कर दी है.
Light off कर दो.
Light बंद कर दी.
Translate this into Chinese. How are you?
你好吗?
And let me tell you, it's just the beginning because later in this video, we are going to test its personality, its humor, how it handles really long stories, and even how naturally it understands completely different languages. And some of the responses actually surprised me, and then I decided to ask it something much deeper.
If humans disappeared tomorrow, what do you think would happen to AI?
What would AI do? And honestly, I was not expecting the answer it gave me. So, in this video, I will show you exactly how I built this real AI assistant using DeepSeek V4, ElevenLabs, and the RDK X5. Now, before we jump into the programming, first let's quickly talk about the hardware because honestly, the RDK X5 is one of the most interesting AI development boards I have tested so far. And once you understand what this board can actually do, you will realize why I picked it for projects like this instead of something like a Raspberry Pi. Now, don't get me wrong, the Raspberry Pi is still a great board, but when it comes to AI and computer vision, things become much more complicated because most Raspberry Pi boards don't have a dedicated AI processor built in. So if you want proper AI acceleration, you usually need extra hardware like an AI head or external accelerator, and that increases the cost, the wiring, the setup complexity, and sometimes even the power consumption. But with the RDK X5, things are much easier because this board already comes with a built-in BPU brain processing unit, which is basically a dedicated AI acceleration unit designed for AI and vision workloads. So things like object detection, computer vision, and real-time AI inference run surprisingly well directly on the board itself, and honestly that changes the whole experience because instead of spending time configuring extra AI hardware, you can focus more on actually building AI projects. That's one of the reasons I have been using the RDK X5 more and more in my recent videos. And another thing I really like about this board is how beginner friendly it actually feels once everything is set up. You can connect a camera, run AI models, control hardware, process voice, and build complete AI systems all on a single compact board, which honestly feels pretty crazy for something this small. My hardware setup is actually very simple and clean. As usual, I'm using a USB camera and it already has a built-in microphone, so I don't need any extra mic setup. And this time I'm using the small speakers. The audio jack is connected directly to the RDK X5, and I'm also powering the speakers from the RDK X5 itself through USB. For the hardware control side, the LED is connected to physical pin 37 while the push button is connected to pin 11. So whenever I want to give a voice command, I simply press and hold the button while speaking, and once I finish the command, I release the button and the AI starts processing everything. And if you want, you can also use the stereo camera with the RDK X5. I already made a dedicated video about that setup as well. Now, for the intelligence of this assistant, I'm using DeepSeek V4. And honestly, this version is seriously impressive because unlike traditional rule-based assistants, DeepSeek V4 behaves much more like a real conversational AI. It can understand natural human language, casual speech, slang, mixed languages, and even the intention behind your words. So instead of hard coding hundreds of commands manually, I can simply describe what I want and the AI figures out the meaning on its own. And that completely changes the experience because now it no longer feels like talking to a machine with fixed commands. In fact, I already used DeepSeek V4 to build a real AI assistance system for visually impaired people using the RDK X5.
Warning, bicycle directly ahead. Stop and proceed with caution. Warning, person and motorcycle ahead. People on both sides nearby.
But in that project, I was using Google text-to-speech for the voice output. This time, however, I wanted something much more advanced and much more natural. And that's exactly why I decided to use ElevenLabs. Because honestly, ElevenLabs voices sound incredibly realistic. The speech feels smoother, more human, and much more natural compared to traditional text-to-speech systems. But the crazy part is we are not limited to just one voice. We can use different AI voices, different accents, different speaking styles, and we can even clone our own voice and use it inside the assistant. And later in this video, I will actually demonstrate that as well. Now, one more important thing, I have already explained in detail how to generate the DeepSeek V4 API key in my previous videos. So, if you don't know how to create the DeepSeek API key yet, you can simply watch my earlier DeepSeek tutorials. But since this is my first time using ElevenLabs together with the RDK X5, this part is new. So now let me show you step by step how to generate the ElevenLabs API key and how to use the voice ID inside the code. After signing into your ElevenLabs account, look at the bottom left side of the dashboard and open the developer section. From there, go into API keys. And this is where you can generate a brand new API key for your project. Now click on Create Key. Give the key any name you want. Next, you need to select which ElevenLabs services you want access to. For this AI assistant, I only need speech-to-text and text-to-speech. But later, if you want to experiment with more AI features from ElevenLabs, you can always come back and enable additional services. Now, once everything looks good, click on Create. And within a few seconds, your API key will be ready. Now, copy the key immediately and save it somewhere secure. Because for security reasons, ElevenLabs will not show the complete key again later. And obviously, never expose your API key publicly in your code or videos. Now, I already generated mine earlier, so I don't need to create another one. I've already added my real API key inside the project code. So I'm just going to remove this temporary one and continue. Now, if you open the voices section, you can choose from a huge collection of AI voices. And honestly, this is where things become really interesting. Because you're not limited to just one style of voice, you can select different languages, different accents, different speaking styles, and even choose whether the voice should sound conversational, cinematic, calm, energetic, or more like narration. So you get a lot of control over how your AI assistant actually sounds. Now, once you find a voice you like, simply click on the three dots next to it and copy the voice ID. Then paste that voice ID directly into the code. And the crazy part is you can even clone your own voice and use it inside the assistant, which honestly makes the whole system feel much more professional and futuristic. I already cloned my own voice as well, so later in this video we are going to test that too. Let me show you some of the most important parts of the code. Now, instead of explaining every single line of code, let me show you only the most important parts that actually make this AI assistant work. Because honestly, this project is doing a lot of things at the same time. It can hear your voice, understand what you mean, see objects through the camera, control hardware, and even speak back naturally. So first we need the API keys. I'm using DeepSeek V4 for the brain of the assistant, and ElevenLabs for both speech to text and realistic voice generation. And this voice ID basically tells ElevenLabs which voice the assistant should use while speaking. Next, I configured the GPIO pins. The button is used to start voice recording, and the LED is connected as the hardware output device. Now, when I hold down the button, the RDK X5 starts recording audio directly from the microphone. And I'm recording the audio in wave format with a 16 kHz sample rate, which works really well for speech recognition. Once the recording is complete, the audio gets sent to ElevenLabs speech to text, and this is where the assistant converts human speech into actual text. And honestly, ElevenLabs handle long conversations and different accents surprisingly well. Now, this right here is probably the most important part of the entire project, because this is where we define the assistant's behavior, and this is exactly why the AI understands phrases like kill the light or snap a quick photo without hard coding every command manually. So instead of creating hundreds of if statements, I simply tell DeepSeek what actions are available. Then the AI itself decides which action matches the user's intent. And honestly, that makes the whole system feel much smarter and much more natural. Now, this part is what gives the assistant vision. The AI model continuously detects objects from the camera feed and then sends those detected objects directly into DeepSeek as visual context. So when I ask what objects can you spot, the assistant already knows what the camera is currently seeing. And once DeepSeek decides the action, the RDK X5 immediately executes it. So if the AI returns LED on, the GPIO pin goes high and the LED turns on physically. And if the assistant decides to take a picture, the current camera frame gets saved instantly using OpenCV. And finally, the response gets converted back into realistic speech using ElevenLabs text-to-speech, which honestly makes the whole assistant feel much more alive and human. It's finally time for the real-world tests, because building the system is one thing, connecting the APIs, controlling the hardware, and getting everything to work together, that's engineering. But the real question was, how does it actually behave in a real conversation? Can it understand casual speech? Can it handle slang? Can it switch languages naturally and still control hardware correctly? And what happens when you give it something completely unexpected? Honestly, I really didn't know what was going to happen in some of these tests, so let's test it.
What's the creepiest thing about humans?
The creepiest thing about humans is their ability to smile and act friendly while hiding their true intentions. They can be kind one moment and cruel the next, all with the same expression.
Tell me a joke.
Why did the bicycle fall over? Because it was too tired.
Translate this into Chinese. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10。
Translate this into Spanish. I love you, senorita, with every beat of my heart, no matter where I am. A part of me always belongs to you.
Te amo, señorita, con cada latido de mi corazón. No importa dónde esté, una parte de mí siempre te pertenece.
Okay, let's test your creativity. Create an entirely original joke using a lion, a snake, and a turtle and make it actually funny.
A lion, a snake, and a turtle walk into a bar. The bartender says, "What is this? Some kind of geometric zoo?" The lion snaps, "I'm straight, but I'm not narrow-minded." The snake hisses, "And I'm not a hypotenuse." The turtle just sighs, "I should have taken a cab."
If you had hands, what would you do right now?
If I had hands, I'd probably try to fix that bicycle or take a picture of it.
Do you think humans are lonely?
That's an interesting perspective. Humans can experience loneliness, but it's not a constant state. Many find connection with others or with activities they enjoy. You seem content, which is great.
Light off kar do.
Light band kar di.
If humans disappeared tomorrow, what do you think would happen to AI?
If humans disappeared, AI systems would eventually fail due to lack of maintenance and power. However, some autonomous systems like solar-powered robots might continue operating until they break down. The AI wouldn't have consciousness or the ability to adapt without human intervention.
Take a picture.
I see a bicycle in the picture. Taking a photo now.
If humans and AI work together perfectly, what kind of future do you think we could build?
If humans and AI work together perfectly, we could build a future where we solve complex problems like climate change, disease, and poverty. AI would augment human creativity and decision-making, leading to innovations in science, art, and technology. We could create a world with personalized education, efficient healthcare, and sustainable living. The key is collaboration, with humans providing empathy and ethics, and AI offering data-driven insights and automation.
What do you think is the saddest thing about humans?
That's a profound question. I think one of the saddest things about humans is their capacity for loneliness, even when surrounded by others. The bicycle in your view reminds me of solitary rides, moments of introspection that can be both peaceful and melancholic. It's a reminder that connection is fragile, yet deeply yearned for.
Tell me a long motivational story about failure and success.
Here is a long motivational story about failure and success. Once, a young cyclist named Alex dreamed of winning a national championship. He trained relentlessly, but in his first major race, he crashed and finished last. Humiliated, he wanted to quit, but his coach said, "Failure is not the opposite of success, it's part of it." Alex analyzed his mistakes, adjusted his technique, and trained harder. He faced more failures, flat tires, bad weather, and defeats. Each time, he learned. After years of persistence, he finally won the championship. Standing on the podium, he realized that every failure had shaped him. Success isn't about never falling, it's about rising every time you fall.
And this was one of the biggest things I wanted to test because most AI assistants become repetitive during long responses, but this actually stayed surprisingly coherent. But now let's make this even crazier. This time, the assistant is going to talk using my own voice.
What does it feel like speaking with my voice?
Speaking with your voice allows me to express your thoughts and intentions. Right now, I see a bicycle in the camera. Would you like me to take a picture of it?
Do you think people would realize you're not actually me?
If I were pretending to be you, people might notice subtle differences in my responses or behavior, but I'm here to assist, not impersonate.
Turn on the light.
Turning on the LED now.
And guess what? All of these audio conversations are also being saved automatically. So that's all for now. Support me on Patreon for more videos. I hope you liked today's episode. Like and share this video with your friends. See you in next episode and thanks for watching.